welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen, and normally on this channel you'll see me in the garden or in the kitchen. So today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to decorate my home for fall and bring you along with me. So we're going to decorate a few little nooks and crannies today. Probably going to decorate our coffee bar and the buffet right by the front door, maybe a shelf or two. But I thought I would just take you along to show you what we're up to today. Hopefully this will give you a little inspiration to decorate your own home. Now I will be using pieces I already have. I may have purchased a couple of new pieces, but not too much this year because that is our motto, use what you have. So I want to try to do that first. I am in the market for a new wreath for my front door. The one I'm currently using is about 15 years old, I think, and it's starting to fall apart. And so we need an update. So that's one thing I probably will purchase this year. But other than that, we're going to try to use what we have. Let's get started. One thing that I like to do before I start any decorating for the season is to clean all of my surfaces. I just like to have a fresh, clean slate to start with. So what I'm using right here is just a microfiber cloth and a little bit of furniture polishing oil. And I'm just giving everything just a good rub down and good cleaning, get all the dust from the previous season off. And pulling a few of the pieces I go ahead and leave up for each season. That lantern right there, the barn lantern, that is one of those pieces that stays out pretty much all year long. I think the only time I ever take it down is maybe during the spring because it just really doesn't go with my Easter decor, but pretty much for every season that stays in the same spot. And I love my star too. I like to keep that up there. And this is a shelf that's in our den. My parents gifted it to me for my birthday this year. I absolutely love it. I stared at it every time I went into Hobby Lobby for months, and my parents surprised me with it on my birthday, and it was just so exciting to get that, and I have loved being able to decorate it for each season. So I'm just giving that one a good wipe down as well. I pretty much just go ahead and clean my whole house during this time. I am a stickler for keeping the carpet clean, especially this rug, which is an everyday chore because of the color of it. Friends, do not get a light colored or white rug. Take it from me, it might be pretty, but it's probably just not worth it. If I ever have it to do over, I will add some texture and color to my rugs. Now this is a fun little corner to decorate. This is a shelf that I actually repainted last year and distressed a little bit. It's got an Amish inspiration to it. And the sign that's on there, the Welcome to Our Home sign, that came from Walmart last year. The little owl I picked up at a yard sale, and I think the other item was gifted to me. This is a cute throw that I picked up at Ross this year. I have to cover a spot on the rocking chair there that is broken. This rocking chair I inherited from my grandparents and I love it. And I felt like the throw just added the perfect little touch to that corner. Now we're moving on to our coffee bar area. These are the shelves that my husband built out of some old closet board that we tore out downstairs before we refinished that space. And I'm adding my star back in. I told you the lantern is always up there, but I thought that star was just really cozy and I like to keep it out for fall as well. I'm also adding my hay bale, and this is probably the messiest thing that I pull out all year. You can see that I'm carefully unwrapping it out of the bag that I store it in, and I do this, I've learned over the seasons to do this very carefully, and when I do, I can catch most of the mess in that bag. So that's what I'm doing there, and it worked. I succeeded once again in keeping the mess to a minimum. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I will decorate once and then move things and then move them again and then move them again until probably the end of the season. When I finally get it like I want it, then it's time to change it and bring in a new season. But I fiddle with things all the time. So I start out with this look, and as you can see, I'm moving things around just to to get it pleasing to my eye. And this probably wouldn't even stick out to anyone else, but you know, you like what you like. And so I do move things around quite a bit. And you'll see by the end of this clip that I will completely rearrange it from this point. So I just added in a few little sweet pumpkins that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, I believe. The one that is the stainless pumpkin, I think I got that as a gift, but the fabric pumpkin and the other small ones I think came from Hobby Lobby. And I'm pretty sure the hay bale did as well. Now this cute little sign came from Hobby Lobby, and I have literally moved it all over my house this year. I cannot figure out where to put it. I picked it up last year from Hobby Lobby, and I know it was part of my fall decor last fall, but for some reason this year I just can't get it to fit in anywhere. So I guess I'll just put it into the box for next year, or maybe I'll pass it on for someone else to enjoy. Okay, so here's one of the few new items that I picked up this year, and this is a pipberry garland. I picked it up from Hobby Lobby, and I actually got two of them. I'm going to use the other one on another project, but I thought it would look really cute up here on this top shelf. I had something similar to it in my summer decor, and I enjoyed it so much, so I told my daughter maybe I'll just do pipberries every season and change out the color. But I think that it does work up here, and I had to work with it. I had to, mold it and shape it and get it to stay. It took me a few tries, but finally I got it in there, and I just think it's so cozy and so fallish, and I know I'm going to enjoy this space so much. So this is what I was talking about. As beautiful as this was, something just wasn't right, and I knew I had to flip the scene around. So I did. I moved the star to the left and the lantern to the right, and I think that fixed the problem. When I show you the whole setup, I think you'll see that that was the right choice to make. Now this sign actually has a pretty neat story attached to it, which I'll tell you in a second, but I thought this year it would make an excellent addition over on these shelves near the coffee bar. So I went ahead and placed that there, and then I'm going to add in some other touches. Here's a lighted pumpkin that I picked up at Hobby Lobby last year. They do still have that this year. I believe they still have the sign as well, though I've had that sign for probably 2 or 3 years. It also came from Hobby Lobby. I know that is no surprise to y'all. I feel like everything I ever get is from Hobby Lobby, but I love that place, don't you? Anyway, back to the sign. That sign, I was actually really thinking about starting a YouTube channel even this time last year, and I was thinking, what could I name this channel? And I had this little setup in my kitchen where I had this sign that said "Live Simply" on a shelf, and then right beside it was this sign that said "Harvest Home." And one day I was looking at it, and it just came to me out of nowhere: Simply Home and Harvest. So that's where the name was born, and it came from that sign. I thought you might appreciate that little story. Okay, so we finally made it to the actual coffee bar part of this coffee bar setup. So you'll see this is where I keep the Keurig, and all the K-Cups are stored down beneath. But there's a little house. I love this house. I repainted it and brought it back out into my decor earlier this year, and I just knew I had to leave it out and add it to this space. And so we keep our little block calendar over here, and that's one of those things that's always out as well. I don't know, being a school teacher and being that we homeschool, we like to keep the date available so we know what day we're on, but that sits there just about all year long. I did add the little 3-sack pumpkin over there. That came from Walmart. So did the tractor and the little house on the shelf above. So there you go. I do shop other places. That one came from Walmart. This sign was a gift at Christmas from my cousin and her husband. And then a little trivet. I don't know. I've had that forever. Here's a tiered tray that I'm going to add in, which also came from Hobby Lobby. And tiered trays are really fun for me, but they can be a little challenging because of the way you have to decorate them and incorporate everything. And I know that over here I want my creamer, my sugar, all of the little things that we need for coffee, but I also want some decorative touches. So I did put my sugar bowl and a spoon over there, and then I'm just adding this little Hello Fall ornament, and then I'm going to add some napkins to that. The napkins I picked up at Big Lots this season. They do still have them. I just picked them up, and oh my goodness, Big Lots decor, they have just the cutest things. You'll have to go check out the decor at Big Lots this season. And then that little pumpkin, I believe, came from Dollar General, and I just took a black and white ribbon, a buffalo check ribbon, and tied it to the top. And there's the napkins that I was talking about. I like to keep some napkins out just to go with the coffee. And also, they're super cute, so they make for a good decoration as well. And we're just going to keep the bottom simple as well. I'm just going to add a little riser here, and on top of that I'm going to put a coffee mug candle. And then another thing that came from Hobby Lobby last year is a little soup bowl. So I'm going to add that in, and this is actually really special to me too. Every year my granny and I would make homemade vegetable soup. It was just one of those traditions that we had. So this little soup bowl with the pumpkins added in is just a little touch that I like to add. I started doing that last year, and that just makes me think of her. And coming up soon, we will be making that vegetable soup together, and we're going to pressure can it this year. So I'm really excited to use my new pressure canner and preserve some soup. And I'm just going to finish this off by adding this sweet little kitchen towel to the bottom that was gifted to me by my mom just a couple weeks ago. Since we just recently got our chickens, she wanted to give me a little something for my kitchen that was chicken related, and I like it there. I think it's so sweet. It makes me smile when I see it, and I thought it was just the perfect way to finish off this little tiered tray. And now I'm just adding some to-go coffee cups to our coffee bar. We do entertain a lot and have friends over quite often, and they like to grab a cup of coffee. So I think that it turned out really cute. It is definitely my favorite little area in the house to decorate for each season. I just think it's so cozy, especially when we bring the lights down in the evening. It just glows with all the little light up pumpkins and lanterns over there. I just love it. So I did want to quickly show you our shelf in the den that we decorated. I just added this cute little sign here that says Fall Sweet Fall. And then I had a basket that I put a little bit of greenery in it, a fall spray, and then a burlap pumpkin just to make that area festive. I've got a lighted pumpkin there, and there's a sign that stays out year round. And then on this bottom shelf, I added in some old dictionaries and school books that used to belong to my uncles. And I thought that was just a nice fallish touch. And then this is a pumpkin that my kids made when they were little, and I'm going to show you how you can make one for yourself as well. Now we're going to head over into the kitchen, where I really enjoy decorating these open shelves. And I've got a tiered tray. You'll see a lot of these pieces are familiar. They stay out year round, but I did add in some little pumpkins that I probably picked up at Hobby Lobby. There's a salt and pepper shaker set that the squirrel and the owl are part of, but I just think they're so cute to add into the decor on this little tiered tray. And then this shelf at the top, I've got an old basket sitting in the back that I've had for years, some greenery that I added, and a candle. And then that fabric pumpkin came from the Target dollar spot this year, and the Farm Fresh pumpkin sign came from Dollar General this year. So I have picked up a few little touches to add in this year, but not too many. Is this not the sweetest little pumpkin? My kids and I made this when they were very small with a friend of ours and her children, and I thought it would be a neat little craft that we could do together today. So all you need is a roll of toilet paper. A smaller roll works better. 3 grocery bags and a piece of fabric, or I'm just using a fabric napkin. This is such a simple project and one using things that you probably already have on hand. So you're going to take that roll of toilet paper and you're just going to use those grocery bags and cover it. And I'm going to use 3 here, just working my way around. You're just going to push it down in the top and into the bottom to secure it there. And I like using the 3 bags. You could just go ahead and use those 2 if you wanted to, but the 3 bags just gives it a little extra cushion to it. And next you'll want to take your fabric square or your napkin, or you could even use a bandana. That would work really well for this project also. And you're just going to work around, you're tucking that into the top as you go, and just do that until every bit of that fabric is secured. And if you have to like take it off and start over until you get it just right, you might have to. It might take a couple minutes to work with it, but you'll see there, you get the idea. And just tuck all of that inside. And then this is the fun part. You send your kids out on a little scavenger hunt to find a stick or something that you can break off and use as your stem. And we already had one, and you'll see I stuck that in there. It's probably a little too big for this pumpkin, but you get the idea. I think that is just so fun, so cute, so quick and easy, and it will add the perfect little festive touch to your holiday decor. You can see we added it right there on our little electric fireplace, and I've got the other squirrel that goes with the salt and pepper shaker, some pumpkins there, and that Home Sweet Home sign is a Cricut project. If you would like to see some Cricut projects, just comment down below and I might actually pull my Cricut out and do some home decor pieces for you. This is our seasonal tree. We leave it out year round and we change it out for the seasons. I love it. I think it is so cozy. I love the warm light that it adds to this corner, and it really is fun to decorate it for each season. I probably add something to it each season that I pick up or that someone gives me. And the ornaments on this one are just really special. This one right here was given to me by my best friend, and it was made by her sister-in-law. It's a bowl of soup, and it has 2019 on it. My granny passed away in 2019, and one of our fall traditions was to make soup together, and so that's what it commemorates, and it's so special to me. Every time I pull it out, I think about the sweet memories that I have with her making that soup, and we're going to make that together soon, and we're going to can it with our pressure canner. I'm really excited to share that with you. The other ornaments, this one I think I picked up just last week at Target from the dollar spot there. So that's a cute little addition to this year's tree. And then you'll see some little handmade ornaments through the years that my kids have made or that has their name on it. And I just think personalized ornaments add such special touches to any kind of seasonal tree. And then this is my metal truck. It came from QVC, part of the Valerie Parhill collection. I leave that out year round and change it out for the seasons too. This is my favorite time of year, and I really appreciate you joining me today to see how I decorate my home for fall. I hope that it's given you a little bit of inspiration on how maybe you can add decor to your home as well. You all are so amazing. Thank you so much for those of you that have subscribed and hit the like button on these videos. I am just blown away by your encouragement and your kindness, and I cannot wait to continue to share recipes and gardening tips and DIYs and home decor with you. So until next time, remember to live simply, use what you have, and enjoy the moments you've been given. Bye, friends.